Hello friends, myself Durgeshwari Kalal, working as Assistant Professor at R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. I am from Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department. Today our topic of discussion is effect of our core subject, that is mine is Pharmaceutical Chemistry, on environment sustainability. Today I will discuss about the pharmaceutical and personal care products as a pollutants. How these products are acts as a pollutants. So let's start. Pharmaceutical and personal care products such as PPCPS refers to those products which are used by individuals for personal health or cosmetic reasons. Again, product used by the agribusiness to enhance the growth or health of livestock are also acts as a pollutants. Again, PPCPS comprises a diverse collection of thousands of chemical substances. It includes the prescription and over-the-counter therapeutic drugs, veterinary drugs, fragrances, cosmetics, sunscreen products, diagnostic agents, and nutraceuticals. In some percentage, whatever the waste product is creating or generating from these products are literally harmful for our environment. Again, PPCPS have probably been present in environment for as long as humans have been using them. Individuals add PPCPS to environment through excretion, bathing, disposal of unwanted medicines to sewers and trash. Ultimately, it will going to pollute our rivers or lakes, etc. Unused unwanted quantities as much as 50% of many prescriptions, 80% for antibiotics are literally excreted from our body, and that will pollute the environment. Common historical recommendation was to flush, crush and flush is still widely practiced method. The drugs that we take may be excreted in biologically active form into wastewater and ultimately released into lakes and rivers. Advances in technology have improved our ability to detect and quantify these chemicals. Their effect on environment is now recognized as an important area of research. National Stream Reconnaissance US Geological Survey, that is USGS, 1999 and 2000. This study was the first national scale examination of emerging contaminants in stream of United States. Water samples were collected from a network of 139 streams across 30 states during 1999 to 2000. The sample sites focused towards streams considered to be susceptible to contamination. Thus, the results of this study are not considered representative of all streams. Results: one or more chemicals were detected in 80% of stream samples, and 82 of the 95 chemicals were detected at least once. Generally, these chemicals were found at very low concentration, in most cases less than 1% per billion. Mixtures of chemicals were common. 75% of streams had more than one, 50% had 7 or more, and 34% had 10 or more. Results: the most frequently detected chemicals found in more than half of the stream were coprostanol, that is fecal steroid, cholesterol, plant and animal steroid, N-diethyl toluamide, insect repellent, caffeine, that is stimulant, triclosan, antimicrobial disinfectant, tri-2-chloroethyl phosphate, that is fire retardant, and 4-nonylphenol, that is a non-ionic detergent metabolite. steroids, non-prescription drugs, and insect repellent were the chemical groups more frequently detected, and these are really harmful for our health. And these kind of drugs were found in the stream, so we can imagine that how it will provide harm to us. Detergent metabolites, steroid and plasticizers generally were measured at the highest concentration. Human and environmental effect. Knowledge of potential human and environmental health effect of these 95 chemicals is highly varied. Drinking water standards or other human or ecological health criteria have been established for 14. Major concentration rarely exceeded any of the standard or criteria. 33 are known or suspected to be hormonally active. 46 are pharmaceutically active. Little is known about the potential health effect to humans or aquatic organisms exposed to the low level of most of these chemicals or the mixtures commonly found in this study. Some pharmaceuticals are endocrine disrupting chemicals. So what are they? A group of chemicals known as endocrine disruptor chemicals has been identified as having the potential to cause adverse health effect in humans and wildlife. Among these group, DDT, PCBs, endosulfan, methoxychlore, diethyl phthalate, diethyl hexyl phthalate, and bisphenol may occur in drinking water. So here, what are the more issues to be considered? Too many pharmaceuticals go unused. Pharma uses an estimate of 3% of all meds go unused. Recent British survey showed 82% of antibiotic go unused, 50% of antidepressant, 50% of beta blockers, and 20% of pain meds. Compliance adherence rates for some medicines are under 20%. Patient compliance goes down as of medication goes up. That is polypharmacy. Medicare Part D now requires 30-day supply billing regardless of need and without ability to refund unused expenses or to return unused product. So here we can conclude that some of our pharmaceutical product or drugs or medicines after excretion or after use by humans, and when it will going to excrete, it will really pollutes our environment, or its effect is really recognizable. So here I end my discussion. Thank you.